Hey y'all, welcome to PJs and Mugs. This is Story Time with Jessica. It's all good. Hey y'all, welcome back to PJs and Mugs. It's me, your host, Jessica. It's all good. Welcome to my fake library. Look at that. This face. Oh my goodness, you can see the green screen. Look at that. Look at that. It's not real. Hey y'all, thank you for coming back. Happy Sunday. I hope you're ready for some more story time. I hope you've grabbed your mugs and your PJs. As you see, I went a little bit more realistic today. First of all, no, who wears this to bed? I want to know, where's my slick PJ people wearing shirts and pants to bed, okay? I feel like these are just a novelty at this point. I feel like we're just, like, I'd wear these pajama parties. I bought these for this show. Like, honestly, like, truth be told, I just wear a t-shirt. My husband really likes that one. Okay, let me stop. He likes my t-shirts, grown-ups. Okay, but I did put the bonnet on. I actually, like, if you see with my hair being cut and everything, you would think I don't need the whole bonnet, but the reality is this is healthier for hair when you sleep, so things don't dry out, okay, and break off. So yes, even with my short, cute, blonde frohawk, especially with the chemical, I wear this to keep things from drying out. So I was like, oh, I almost took it off and like picked out my hair and everything. And I was like, you know what? It's called PJs and Mugs, Jessica. Show them how you really sleep. And to all my sisters doing it, I see you. And to all the non-sisters out there who started doing it because you were like, oh, this is really healthy for our hair, you're welcome. Okay, so let's talk about the mug today. You see that? You're probably thinking, isn't that a repeat? And y'all, I am starting to get low on these mugs, so there might be some more repeats soon. But this is not actually a repeat. Remember that episode when I was like, oh, so from the theater where I do in my shows, they gave this to me for my birthday and to celebrate my book and everything, because I think that's what it's for. No, someone else gave me the same mug. And can you guess why? Yeah, that It's All Good. And since I've been changing things with my brand lately, I feel like people are like, anything that says It's All Good, it doesn't have to be red, black, and white and more. So another person gave me the same mug, but I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and do this mug because I want to shout out the situation. This person is a parent of one of the students I used to teach back when I was teaching theater with a particular international program. And that child, I watched this kid basically grow up. I want to say I started teaching there when she was like I don't think it was all 6 years. I think I got there when she was like in first grade or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, watch this kid grow up. And this child was in she became a shooting little star later. This kid is in college now. But some of the parents from my old students actually keep up with me. And then her mom loves it when she comes to shows, invited me to the graduation party. Like, I've known these people now forever. Well, this mom who I hadn't seen in a while, she and her husband showed up at one of my shows. And she's like, I got a present for you. It was It's All Good mug. So I'm like, oh, that's sweet. That's special. She saw it. She thought of me. People do that sometimes. They give me It's All Good things or say, oh, I saw It's All Good Street or I saw All Good on something. It's all good. It's all good. But another fun thing that was special about that day is she's like, I also brought something else that I want you to sign. She purchased my book and wanted me to sign it so she could send it to her daughter in college. That made me feel super famous because the other comedians at the show were like, wait, what's Jessica doing over there? I'm like, yo, I'm signing my book that someone bought online. So shameless plug, you can buy my book. And I probably should have brought it down here to show it off. But I'm downstairs. I've pressed play. My knees hurt. I'm not going back up there. But I'll try to remember in another episode. Maybe I'll talk about it in another episode because there's a surprise coming later this year. So I'll do another shameless plug. Yeah, I'll do another one. But if you're wondering, the book is called The Cure for Stage Fright. It is because of all the teaching I used to do to put people on stage. And now that I'm teaching stand-up comedy, next class is coming in this summer, this June. So keep your eyes open if you're in Cobb County. Okay, so, or if you're in Cherokee County or Fulton County, or if you're willing to drive from Gwinnett County, or if you're What else is close? All the, like, listen, if you are in Georgia and you're really willing to make the drive, come take the classes. Oh my God, I am like a commercial right now. But yes, it's called The Cure for Stage Fright. It is a memoir of my journey to the stage and the lessons I learned along the way. So it's literally like 13 short stories. It's a very quick read. And at the end of each story, there's a little lesson learned that you could take with you when you remember these inspiring stories, okay? And then you apply them to yourselves, and you can always flip back and find that lesson quick. So that is for anyone interested in, number one, getting through stage fright, and number two, just hearing fun personal stories. Okay. Now, I didn't mean to spend all this time talking about things to advertise and mugs and pajamas and bonnets, but we're here. So this will be a short one, and I think this is going to be a part 2. Today we're going to talk about the fact that I couldn't swim until I was an adult. Now, first of all, you're probably thinking, wait, that's crazy. But for my generation and back, that is actually a thing with a lot of African Americans. In my case, my mom, the work it takes to do our hair, and that's one of the reasons I went natural, because I didn't want to do it anymore. But for generations and generations, doing hair was so insane that you didn't want to mess it up with water and chemicals and things like that. And my mom, with all the stuff I had to go through for my grandma to do my hair, she's like, we are not messing up that hair. So you play in water right here and don't get it wet. Yes, that was my childhood. On top of that, there is another fun dark history moment in the United States of the Americas. There a lot of racism was built into the pools in this country. So there's a famous woman, I think it was Dorothy Dandridge, was a very famous black woman in a time that black people couldn't be famous and in theater and on stages, and especially in movies. But she was this gorgeous black woman who had gotten really up there. But like, even with her status, she dipped her toe in the pool and they drained the pool, y'all. I really hope it was Dorothy Dandridge, or this is going to sound like a horrible Black History fact. And it's not Black History Month, but Black history is American history, so it happens every day. Oh! But unfortunately, when you're in a world where people won't even, like, they want the water segregated, I guess they're like, oh no, I don't want black people water to get on me. I still don't understand it. But the point is, that is one of the reasons many people couldn't swim. It was a fear-based thing. It was a race-based thing. And then it became a cosmetic thing. So I was scared until the age of 22. But I'm not going to tell you that story yet. I'm just going to tell you a cute story from one of my jobs. And this is inspirational for adults and children, I think. So when I was in college, this was between my first college where I got my associates. What's up, Spartanburg Methodist College? And right before I transferred to the College of Charleston in Charleston, South Carolina. What's up, CFC? I was working at a camp, and sometimes I worry about saying the names, so I don't want to get, like, in trouble. So I'm going to just sing a song, and then you might say, I know this camp too. Okay, so you get it? You get it? Like, I can't get in trouble for that. No one's gonna come for me on that, right? Anyway, it's not like it's a bad story, just being careful. But so I worked at this camp this summer. I meant to work more summers. I did work that winter, and then once I went to Charleston, I got swept away in the awesomeness of Charleston, South Carolina. But while I was working at this camp, I was like a superstar counselor. My kids love me. There's one little girl actually who I really hate I didn't come back for. This kid was obsessed with me, and I think maybe she had some lonely things or something going on, but I knew that Miss Jessica was a big deal for this adorable baby girl, and I know she's a grown-up now. I wish I knew where she was, because I wish I could tell her the great news that I never got to tell my kids. I couldn't swim at this camp. And at this camp, we went swimming like 2 times a week, maybe 3. But pool days were very important. But I'm like the one counselor, the black counselor, who cannot swim with all my kids. So I'm trying to, I'm still playing on the shallow end, trying to make sure, you know, my kids are being safe. But I also had a whole don't jump on me, don't splash me, like keep me alive, kids. My kids have no idea I actually did almost drown. The second time in my life I almost drowned. First time at the age of 5, in I think it was at Helen, Georgia, was it the Chattahoochee? Water was pretty as I thought I was dying. But the second time was at camp. Somehow I ended up over in the 6 foot, and I'm like, the water, I can't, it's above my face now. And I was actively drowning, and I walked back to the 5 foot. But that was terrifying. And then I didn't want my kids to know I was drowning, so I kept that to myself. But I'm like, I was dead! But it was all in the inside. So when I got out of the pool that day, the kids were like, Miss J, I'm like, no, baby, I need a break. But one of the things I would do, and I will say in this day and time, you probably can't do this, but it was the early 2000s. My kids tried to teach me how to swim. And it was the cutest thing because I was very open and honest about the fact that I couldn't swim. You got to be safe. One time when I was a teenager, I got thrown into a pool by a hot guy. That's when I discovered I like muscles because he picked me up with his muscles and he threw me in because, you know, kids are always toxic about crushes. But I remember later finding out that if he'd thrown me just a few feet more, I would have been in the deep end and in trouble. Glad that didn't happen. So now I'm at this party and I'm at camp and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm trying not to die. So I want to be honest with the kids so they could help keep me safe. And they did. But they went out their way to teach me how to swim. They're like, Miss Jessica, you just got to hold your breath. You got to do that. And kids can be bad teachers, okay? So it's not like I was going to go anywhere with this. But the kids, I think it was very big for them to be able to help me. And my kids, one of the things I think they loved, and this is the part where I'm like, we probably couldn't do this today, but they would hold me. You know how you can hold people in water because they're all of a sudden light? My kids would hold me like a baby. And they'd be like, Miss Jessica, you got it. And then I would act like a baby, like, I don't know. Don't drop me. Don't drop me. And you could tell that they got a kick out of their grown teacher. They're like, I'm holding my grown teacher like a baby. I'm teaching her how to swim. Oh, look at me. I'm such a cool kid. And that's the inspirational thing right there. We sometimes as adults get caught up in I'm the grown up. Okay. I think this generation, goodness, I'm sweating. This generation might be a little bit better about it. I don't have kids. I don't know. But in my classes and when I would teach, I always wanted to be very upfront and real with these kids. And me sharing a weakness with them, it was a power move. And it gave these kids a sense of, I'm somebody. This adult is learning from me. And I'm like, yeah, babies, you can teach adults. And as adults, it is okay for us to learn from children. We don't have to be all big and high and mighty. We need our children. Our children are the future. And when you plant seeds into them that says, I can have an impact on an adult's life just like she can have on mine, that takes those kids to the next level. So as I got older, and I started teaching, I kept that. I was like, I want my kids to see I can learn from them. Even one of my nephews, he was like, it doesn't seem like adults want to learn from people. And I'm like, baby, you taught me. I learned from you. And he's like, Miss Auntie, you learned from me? I'm like, yes. And adults can learn from kids. So don't be scared to let young people see some of the vulnerabilities in you because it could make them strong and plant a seed that can help everybody grow. Oh my God, I'm so deep. By the way, because of all my work in trying to swim that summer, they gave me a little certificate called the Little Mermaid certificate. Put a little mermaid on it. There was water and fish or something. It's just this cute little thing. And it was for me, to Miss Jessica. Y'all, I still have that Little Mermaid certificate in my old apartment. It used to hang in my office. It might be in storage, and I'm looking over there because I told you I'm in my basement. This is a facade. So over there somewhere, that little certificate is still here, and I'm gonna find it because later I did learn to swim in college, and I really wish I could have gone back and told the kids, guess what? Miss Jessica can swim now, and I'd show them. I'd swim over to the deep side and not drown and come back. I don't know if any of those kids even know where I am in life. I have no idea where these babies are. But if any of you remember Miss Jessica back in the day and you ever see this, I just want you to learn about 2 years later, I finally learned to swim. So the next episode is going to be that. Sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing, y'all. But if you tune in next week, you're going to learn about me learning to swim. Oh my gosh, I am so inspirational. Well, thank y'all so much for watching PJs and Mugs. One of these days, this is going to be like a short episode. I know we have ADD in this society, and this is too much. But for those who stuck around to the end of the video, I appreciate you. I applaud you. It's going to be short eventually, I guess. I don't know. Thank you for watching. I'm Jessica. It's all good. This is PJs and Mugs. A toast to you. Make sure you have a fantastic week at work, and I'll see you next weekend, okay? Bye!